welcome back. Welcome to episode 6 of 10 pubs you must visit. I have got some real bangers for you again today. I know I say that every time, but I really have. First up, without any further ado, we're going to go to Lichfield. Now, I did a full crawl in Lichfield and I really love that as a city. It's a great place to go drinking. But when I went, this one wasn't open. It had been bought by Titanic Brewery at the time, but they hadn't opened it yet. But it's well and truly open now. And I knew I had to get back there and go and see it. And I feel you deserve to see it as well. It's a great place. So up first today is the Beacon in Lichfield. There are times when I said I just have to go out of my way to visit individual pubs. Now, I've done Lichfield a couple of times and I've pretty much done Lichfield to death. And don't get me wrong, I love Lichfield. This is a fantastic little city for drinking. But there was one pub that escaped me last time. It hadn't opened by the time I came to do the last Lichfield video. So I've come today just to show you guys around the Beacon. So I have been in this building before, ironically. It used to be called the Pig and it closed, and it was closed down the last time when I came to Lichfield to do the video. But it is now run by Titanic Brewery. And anybody that knows me, that's watched any of my videos before, will know I love Titanic Brewery. I think they are just a fantastic brewery altogether, and that is too good a building to lose, isn't it? So fortunately, Titanic have rescued this. I've already been and had a look inside and it looks absolutely brilliant. So let's take you for a little tour. It's beautiful in here. They've done a really, really, really good job. Titanic Brewery pub, like I told you. So you will find all of Titanic's best on the lineup on here. But they always do make way for some guests. And some good choices on the guests as well. And some good little bits up there on the back wall in there. That Signature Brew Backstage IPA. If you've never had that before, that is an absolute beauty as well. True stout from Titanic on the back there as well. Beautiful stout that. It looks absolutely gorgeous in here. I am indeed. Yeah, that's what I'm in the middle of filming right now. But yeah, thanks. Yeah, but it is an absolutely.
I've just been watching two of you.
Oh, well, thank you very much. You can watch this one later, hopefully. It is absolutely gorgeous in here, all the way around. You've got to be impressed with the fit job they've done on this place. As I said, this pub was a nice enough pub before they came and took it over, but now it does look absolutely exceptionally beautiful in here. I am very, very impressed, and it's always nice to bump into someone that watches your videos. Like, always nice, even if they do talk while you're talking. Nice fella though. It looks lovely. Honestly, come down and check the Beacon out. You will love it. I say, absolutely blown away by how beautiful that is in there. So if you do get the chance to come over to Lichfield, I mean, there's a load of great stuff here in Lichfield. This just opposite Beer Bomb, absolutely phenomenal place, dead opposite the Beacon as well. Come over, have a look at this. There's a little micro pub just on the other side of that as well called the Whippet. Fantastic places around. Breathtakingly good. Well played, Titanic Brewery. Once again, another belter. I'll always stand by what I say. I don't think Titanic Brewery could possibly run a bad pub. They're all absolute belters. And speaking of absolute belters, let's go to Congleton, Cheshire. I loved Congleton, and there were 3 or 4 that really, really stood out. But let's take you around the oldest pub in Congleton. And again, I went back there especially to film this for you. So this is the old King's Arms, and it is something really special. Welcome to Congleton, and when in Congleton, you have to go and visit this place. This is the oldest pub in the town, and it's a pretty special one. So this is the old King's Arms. Just have a look how beautiful that is. Now, when we were in here last time, I remember thinking that the wood on the exterior, the little load, I mean, look, how short were people years ago to have gone through doors like that? But it's uneven floors in here, fantastic beams and features and everything else, and it is just one of those beautiful pubs steeped in history, and I want to show you around, so let's go see. So it's another one of those sort of 16th century boozers, and it's absolutely stunning. Just look at some of the wood and the beams in here. 16th century we're going with, about 500 years old, give or take. So 16th century, and it's Congleton's oldest pub, this.
How is it? By the terrestrial, thank you.
So here bits and pieces. It's very low. Just, when I'm not looking what I'm doing, you can easily bang your head on here. But it is a pretty stunning looking pub. Old fireplace and stuff in the corner over there. Said the uneven floors in here get me. Absolutely brilliant. And you can just wander through the other little corridors and alcoves. There's also always something to look at in here. Always somewhere else to go. It's got a good little garden space, or a little space to the rear as well. But it keeps on going, as you can see. And then, yeah, little yard space and stuff to the rear, to the back as well. But what a piece of history. So another one, 500 plus years old this. It's another one you've got to check out for yourselves. You really have. And one final room with some dartboards and bits in. Taking you to all the nice places on this video. Now, I absolutely love London, and I don't think that's any secret to anybody who's watched this channel before. One of my favourite pubs in London, and I was really reminded of how much I love this place when we went back last week to see the Minories. This, built into the railway arches, it's just, don't let me tell you, see for yourselves. Run by SFI, who had litten trees and things like this. It was still called the Minories, and it is in the railway arches, just here. But yeah, I was actually sent here for about a month as holding manager and DJ'd in the back room a few times, so I'm quite looking forward to. I've not been in here since I left on that day. The last day of work for them was the last time I entered these premises. So I, for one, am very much looking forward to seeing how the old girl has changed, and we might get some food in here because Holly's hungry as always. Minories stop number 1 today. The place is still pretty incredible, and I think it's a wicked under the railway arches. The old grand stone floor and stuff in here, but it's just laid out in such a cool way. It's now a Stonegate pub these days. I think they took the majority of SFI's boozers, if I'm correct anyway. But just look here, it's a great place to watch all the sport. It's got some decent craft and stuff on, and you'll even find some ales. But it just feels like a cool part of London, doesn't it? Being under the railway arches and things. And years ago, so when I was here, this room at the back that they obviously still hire out for corporate events was basically where we had a DJ room and things like that. This was the old dance floor down here and a DJ box up in that corner. But you can hear the train going overground now. But being back in here, I love the place. It's one of those pubs that I will always have a lot of time for and think is a super looking pub. So much space. Being under the railway arches is brilliant. And it just honestly makes you think of London, doesn't it? This is what London and the old pubs were all about. Fair play to Stonegate for not having ruined it or done anything too drastic with it. Still looks just as good as it always did. Now, you know yourself, every now and again you come across a place that you just fall in love with and you return to time and time again. So much so that it obviously becomes your local. And that's alright if you live there, I suppose, but when you live 30 odd miles away, having a local that you fell in love with, it's sometimes problematic for just nipping in for a drink. But this is a place I would drive 4 times that just to get to, because I absolutely love it. Ashby de la Zouch again, little town that's a little bit close to our hearts now after the calls and stuff we've done there. We really like Ashby, and there is nowhere in Ashby that makes me feel more at home than this little micro pub, Brew. It's one of the best, literally one of my favourite places to have a beer anywhere in the country. Sometimes in this game, you just get an affiliation with the place and you fall in love with it, and you're like, you know what, I would go back there. If I lived in that town or that city, I would go back to that place day in, day out, every day of the week probably, that they were open anyway. And this, for me, is one such place. This is Brew in Ashby de la Zouch. Bottle shop and tap room. There you go. It's not going to take long to walk you around there and show you. It is pretty small, pretty compact, but it has got a massive punch. It is full of personality. The people that run it, John, Laura, Connor, family run. It's just a phenomenal place. We were made to feel so welcome the very first time we set foot in the door. We've been back time and time again. And I wanted to come back and do a little video today to be able to show you when it's not crowded, because it's small in there anyway, but it is always so busy, so popular. They put on so many good things like live music, open mic nights, always have food vendors out in the back as well. It's always packed when I get here, and it really doesn't lend itself then to showing you anything other than the backs of people's heads. Today, I've got here for opening time on a Thursday. So let's show you around Brew. I did tell you it wouldn't take long to look around. So it's dog friendly. Look at this beauty. Hello, sweetheart. Right, enough distractions. But yeah, this is one of those places. Like I said, I always, just from the minute I got here, the very first time, we fell in love with the place, and we just think it's absolutely wicked. And you should see everything they have in here without just being the backs of people's heads. There's a fantastic cider lineup to take away or to drink in. But this is where the magic happens for me, isn't it? All the time in here, a wealth of wonderful, wonderful craft cans. I mean, the Vault City selection alone is phenomenal in here. Always is. They've always got packed fridges, and they've always got plenty to choose from. I said, if I didn't have things to do, I would probably just live in here and not actually go to any other pubs anywhere else, because I would always be in here. And it is 6 taps, always rotating, always with some banging stuff on those. So today I have gone for number 6, just there. And look how beautiful that looks. Looks absolutely phenomenal. Always have their own lager on. But what a wicked little place Brew really is. They have the live music and stuff all sets up in that corner over there, and it creates such a good atmosphere in here. The bunch of locals that are in here are always absolutely brilliant as well. It's just a lovely place. It's one of those little micros that you should definitely come and check out for yourselves. I love the place. I won't apologise. I always have, and I always will. But let's go into Derby. I know, Forest fan going into Derby. It does happen though, because there are some blinding pubs in Derby. And Star Pubs invited us along to see one of the very, very best, the Shakespeare, right in the city centre. See for yourself. While in Derby and wandering around and talking to people about the future prospects of what we're going to do, again, we've stumbled now down, not stumbled to, we've wandered to Shakespeare. Down Friar Gate, I think it's called. Beautiful little street in Derby, very famous street in Derby. But this was closed for a long, long period of time, this was. Reopened by Heineken Star Pubs. This is a gorgeous building, so it's nice to see it back open. So, while we're here, I'll show you around this one. Craft beers, smokehouse kitchen, lovely old stairs. I've just left my wife tucking into her food up there. But a beautiful looking pub in general. Got some live music happening later on as well, just to start. Got a bit of something. Plenty of Beavertown offerings in here. Not often you find 3 in one, but it's a good thing. Yeah, a little bit of live music or something going on up here in a little while. But these stone floors again, these stone floors are something else. And it is a pretty special, pretty beautiful looking pub. Right, now you can all wave if you want to, because but I thought that I would show you while we get some of this amazing looking food that you can find down here these days at the Shakespeare. It looks really good. Look, pizza with tater tots on. Can't go wrong with that, can you? But everybody's happily tucking in, and I'm going to take you and show you the back part in here as well. So a great little place, and a really good backyard area that they've got on here these days. I think this is a great little pub. I'm really pleased to see it back open and doing so well. Outside bar for the summer. You'll find it on Friargate, so definitely head on down here. Now it's reopened. It's definitely one of the ones in Derby city centre that I would recommend coming to check out any day of the week. I finished the video, I didn't realise that some of the food we were getting was barbecue pit meat trays. Look, come out like this. And honestly, in it, they are absolutely phenomenal. So this is definitely something that we need to have a look into more. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow, but that's something else. But I thought I'd just pop back outside to close the video properly again, because obviously it's not live music, it's karaoke going, which might convince me to stay. But this is a fantastic little place. That the food we've just had, the barbecue trays, I didn't look at the menu. They invited us to have the food with them. And I started bringing these barbecue trays of food out. Honestly, that's as good a barbecue food as I've ever had in Red's, Red Dog Saloon, Hickory's, any of those barbecue joints. It's a much better price, and the food quality is absolutely phenomenal. The people that run this now, great guys, and honestly, that is a really, really, really banging pub. Oh, it's not Friargate, it's Sadlergate that you'll find it on, just down from the old Bell Hotel. Yeah, reopened not long ago. It's a quality establishment. It's just a rustic old pub, now doing fantastic food from a brand new purpose-built kitchen in the backyard that I probably got in on the panoramic back garden. But live music here every Friday and Saturday and stuff like that as well. It's a banger. Derby is lucky to have this one back, and they are doing some really good things with it. So definitely come down here for some barbecue food, some live music, whatever you want. You won't be disappointed in the Shakespeare. St Albans is a pretty magical city. It's beautiful. I mean, the history's there, the old buildings, the architecture, everything in St Albans really is bang on, including its pubs. And you know, we love a live music pub / rock pub. Now, there was one that I found when I was trawling around St Albans that I said I didn't even know about until I went there. But when you look at some of the acts that have played there over the years, this one packs a punch. Definitely a fantastic little live music pub that you should go and check out. See the Horn. Stop number one of the day then, not far from the train station, is the Horn. You could say I've got the Horn. No, don't say that, my wife will kill me. Stop number one's the Horn. It's a super little place to start. So yeah, just down from the train station, we've got to sort of head up in towards the city. But yeah, it feels like a nice little music bar. Do a sort of a burgers, nibbles, hot dogs type menu. Got some ale on. It's a Trink one. Trink's not a million miles away from St Albans where I am. So it is yeah, a nice little place to start. Good looking little pub with a nice outdoor space. Got an emo night coming up. Maybe I'll come back to St Albans for an emo night. I'd fit in well there. But yeah, it feels like a bit of a music bar, which I really like. Pool table at the end. Top little start. Pays to have a face that sticks out because when people recognise you, it says, "Oh, so what's your name?" Shane. So it literally called me and said, "I recognised your face," and said, "Do you know much about the place?" I said, "Oh, not an awful lot." So he just happened to mention to me. I mean, I told you, didn't I, that I thought it felt like a music pub. Oh, it's a music pub, all right, with a gig venue in the back room. And I've just had a list reeled off. Youngbloods cut one of his first ever shows here. U2 on that stage in the 70s. Supergrass, Kasabian, you name it, the list goes on of bands that have played in this iconic, lovely little venue. So yeah, definitely guys, check these guys out. The Horn, St Albans. This is a wicked little gig venue. And I almost missed the little gig venue. Great pub, great way to start. I mean, let me stay a little bit closer to home, to West Bridgeford, because like I said, I live in Nottingham, so West Bridgeford is a stone's throw away from where we live. And this one, Castle Rock Pub, on the way into West Bridgeford, not far from Trent Bridge and the City Ground where Forest play. It's just mind-blowingly beautiful, and the beer quality and beer selection is always a 10 out of 10. This one is the Embankment. Walk. Next stop's going to be Embankment, which looks like that. So it used to be, what, a Chemist?
So, yeah.
It was an old Chemist, a Boots, I believe, at one time. Old Chemist. The building is deceptively huge. If you've never been, absolutely massive. It is a Castle Rock pub, and obviously that means that the beers are going to be plentiful. Great garden space on the outside of it, but it's a great pub with a super beer lineup, and I'm probably going to be able to find a sour. They do a wicked Sunday roast as well. So stop number 2 on this little run today, Embankment. The beer lineup in it is another one of those that I love. I love Castle Rock pubs now. Imagine Heineken on, and those. But this is what you've got on. Always 10 on the taps up here. Some good ones. Couple of sours on there. All nice and smart, isn't it? But I haven't gone for a sour because Holly did spot for me on the middle of the cask. Got their little critters, vanilla chinchilla, and ice cream porter. I mean, look, all of the hand pulls and things on in here. Loads and loads of options. But just have a wander around like this. So as I say, it's an old Chemist. Beautiful looking pub, isn't it? And it just goes on and on and on as you wander through with the space and things in here. So it's a great place for a Sunday dinner. It's just a lovely pub all round. And again, another one that doesn't always get talked about when you're talking about pubs in Nottingham, and probably it should, because it is well worth a visit. Always looking after the dogs and things in here as well, and a great garden space out there. 2 for 2, and this little critters, very good. Absolutely love it. I think it's a built-in pub. See, good, isn't it? Now, you know I love a micro pub. Said we've seen Brew already in this episode. There was one more of the recent visits that has really stood out to me. In Wellingborough, I said I wasn't expecting that much from Wellingborough. I had a really good day out, and we found a couple of absolutely belting pubs. This little micro pub, the Little Ale House, absolutely fantastic little place run by wonderful people. Have a look for yourselves. This was Wellingborough's first micro pub. Very first one here, so there's a few that I found obviously down there, and they're magnificent. Wellingborough's first micro pub though was the Little Ale House. So obviously we've been in the little rail house already, the one by the station. This is the original, and this is the little ale house. Pub number 3,500, and it's definitely one that I'm very much looking forward to getting inside. I love everything about it. I love the fact that I've ordered a cider and the landlord has had down a hole to get it, just behind the bar. That's brilliant, that. Some good ale choices in here. Blue Monkey, represent Nottingham. What a wonderful brewery. If you don't know Blue Monkey Brewery, check them out. But super. I've gone for that Saxby's cherry cider for in here. But I love everything about it. So yeah, Wellingboro's first ever micro pub, the original micro pub of Wellingborough, and that was as long as it took me to turn around to show you everything that's there. But yeah, the fact he's got to go there. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. Before he runs away, I'm going to get him in. He's one of the guys, but the masterminds behind this. But they've got a lovely little garden space at the back of this as well. So not only is it a beautiful little micro pub with stunning beer and a great little atmosphere, these guys are really passionate about what they do. So this is pub number 3,500 to me. So I've seen a lot now up and down this country, and honestly, I'm so glad to have ticked this off as a milestone. It's a fantastic little place. This for me has been the highlight so far today in Wellingborough. If you've come to Wellingborough, come and check this place out. It is banging. I just realised we haven't really been up north much in this episode, have we? So we best throw an up north one in. Now, I'm surprised that I recovered enough from my Wigan kebab. Yeah, you know, the Wigan kebab incident. I'm surprised I'd recovered enough from the Wigan kebab to enjoy myself in Wigan, but we really did. And one of the most beautiful pubs up there is the Swan and Railway. And it looks like this. And dead opposite that is the Swan and Railway, which is going to be our fourth. I've lost count already. It's bad, that, isn't it? Fourth pub of the day. Can't believe I've lost count already. It's that Wigan kebab. It's got to my head now. We need to talk about this, because you walk in to the Swan and Railway, you're confronted by these absolutely gorgeous little tiles. I love these. These give off a real historic feel, don't they? As you walk in, it just looks grand. I absolutely love everything about it. So it stood here since 1895. Look at these. So that's just phenomenal, isn't it? Look at that jukebox as well. Phenomenal. Now I'm going to get copyright for the music. I won't do too much in here. But look at that stained glass window up there. And plenty of the beers. Loads of real ale choices and everything like that. Let me get away from that music and come out here, because this is something that... Well, it's a bit of a hidden gem and not many people know about it, but look at the size. There she is. Look at the size of the beer garden. So under the railway arches, and plenty of space out here as well on that. Absolutely phenomenal little place. Shelley the landlady's absolutely lovely. We've had a good chat. I think this is a top place. What, 8 car scales and stuff on. Plenty of decent stuff between the kegs. Banging pub. Camera lovers dream, this. Also, fully functioning hotel still. Just in a little leaflet with the rooms in. The rooms look absolutely stunning. Not expensive either. So if you ever want to come and stay in Wigan, I would highly recommend staying there, because it's so friendly. The beer choices are great and the rooms look great and are not expensive. And what could you want? Whereas we're in a poxy travel lodge again. The glamour of this, eh? And that brings us to number 10. Now this one isn't a micro pub. This is a proper pub. But it probably was the smallest actual pub in the country at one time. Whether it still is or not, I don't know. But anyway, it holds a lot of history and it is just absolutely beautiful. It's right out in the sticks in a little village called Maplebeck in Nottinghamshire. But it's well worth a visit. This is the Beehive Inn and I love this place. Right, I had honestly forgotten how remote it is out here in Maplebeck, the village that I'm in now for the final one. And you come across... I don't even know how to explain it to you. Just look at... So it looks like a little cottage, quaint little cottage. And honestly, we are in the sticks, in the middle of nowhere. That's the toilet block, outdoors, a little garden space. But yeah, the Beehive is... It's just a magical little place. So I'm going to take you inside to show you. I just felt this should be in the video, because everyone deserves to see this. But yeah, we are literally in the middle of nowhere. Some of the tracks and the little roads you have to come along to get to here. My Uber driver was baffled. So yeah, it's a quaint little place, but yeah, let's go and show you a little magic, because this is what you would call a hidden gem, because it is well hidden. Final stop of the night, Beehive Inn in Maplebeck. What did I tell you? I said that I had to finish the video today and I had to show you something special. And this is something special. So honestly, it's remote to get out to, but it's so worth a visit. So this room that I'm going to show you now, the extent of the pub. This was the whole bar. Look, so that was the bar hatch. This was the extent of the whole bar. The whole of the pub was literally this tiny, tiny, tiny little room that I'm stood in. This room that I'm walking into now, this used to be the living room for the old landlord. His name was Percy. He was a big guy, and I've got some photos, look. So this is some history. So this was Percy, the fellow who used to run the pub, and this is actually outside the beehive now. He was a big chap, wasn't he? It's wonderful looking at photos like this. Apparently this chap just here, his son still lives in the village. So this is from the 1930s, these photos. So this photo here, this is this front window. So look there with the beams, and that is just there for you. So this used to be the front room. Old Percy, here he is in the cellar, look, doing his barrels. Got some real ales and stuff on. And stuff. This is the landlord and landlady. Give us a wave. Say hello. Say, how great is this place?
Yeah, come out for a beer.
Come out for a bit, honestly. Real fire going. It's a lovely little place. So give us a wave. Yeah, see, people come for miles to come to this, and because honestly, this is one of my. Someone describes it earlier as a happy place, and I totally get why. It's such a lovely place. So the toilets are in that little outblock outside. It's a lovely little place. Please, look, if you're looking for something special, something you haven't been to, give this a try. You won't regret it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you again soon. That's a close for episode 6, guys. If you don't already subscribe, please do. We appreciate each and every one of you, all the views. Keep sharing the videos. Keep inviting people to the Facebook page. Make sure you like it. We'll see you again very, very soon. I am off out to Wednesbury tomorrow. And then we've got Bedford coming up on Friday. Big days.